What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another build/review where we're going to be going over Jessica Jones. Alright, so Jessica is... What was that? I already did a build/review on Jessica Jones? Sure about that? Oh, alright, I guess you guys are right. I already did do a build/review on Jessica Jones. Huh. So then what are we doing today? What? Oh, yes. We're gonna tier 2 her, aren't we? Yes, all the gears are at 20. Been wanting to tier 2 Jessica Jones, so that's a good idea. Because I really do like her passive. It's not quite as good as Luke Cage's, of course, but it seemed like it'd be pretty interesting, and since I have her at all 20s, and I really like playing the character for some reason, I'm not really sure why. Yeah, I know she's not that good of a character. She should be a little bit better, but for some reason, I don't know, I just like her playstyle. Wait, you know what? I know why I like her. She reminds me of Max from Dark Angel. You remember that series way back when? Was that in like 2000, 2001 or something like that? You know, I really liked that series. And of course, Jessica Alba playing Max was pretty nice, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, that's probably why I like Jessica Jones. She does quite look like Max from that series. Huh. Well, at least I know kind of why I like playing the character now. But anyway, we're not here to ramble on about nonsense. We're here to tier 2 Jessica Jones, aren't we? Alright, guys, so what do you say? Should we start over? Should we keep going? What do you guys want to do? Yeah, start over. Keep going, keep going. What? Tier 2 someone else? Hey, who said that? No, we're tier 2ing Jessica Jones. Now that it's in my head, we're tier 2ing her. And plus, once I get characters to gears all 20, for some reason I just am itching to tier 2 them. I don't know why. I got a problem. I like tier 2ing characters too much, so once I get them there, where they're just sitting around doing nothing with all 20s, it just like drives me nuts. But anyway, yeah, let's just start over. This isn't getting us anywhere. All right, let's go from the beginning here. What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video where we're going to be getting another tier 2 character. Alright, so in this one we're going to be tier 2ing Jessica Jones. Alright, so let's take a look at my Jessica Jones here first before we tier 2 her. So, got nothing special here, just all physical or all attack. We have all defense, got some HP, and then we got some skill cooldown. And then, let's see, her ISO 8, we have Stark's backing, which was to help her out with that survivability that she didn't have too much of, so that heal was really nice. And then our obelisk on her right now is a dodge obelisk, also to help out with her survivability, and then a attack boost right there, which she also needed because her DPS was a little low, so having that attack proc was really nice. So let's look at her details here. So we got her 34% skill cooldown. We could get her a little bit higher. We're at about 50% dodge, which is pretty nice. I do like having the dodge at around 50% if I'm going to be using a character more towards dodge. And then our ignore defense is pretty low, so I might have to work on that with some Urus or something if I decide to do even more work on the character here. And yeah, so now let's go ahead and look at her tier 2. So her tier 2 is going to give her an all-speed boost. It's going to give her a bit of a damage boost, which is really nice, 20% for both skill and bonus damage. And then she's going to reflect 70% of physical damage received with up to 100% of max attack. So a little bit weaker than Luke Cage's. Luke Cage's is 100%, but also Luke Cage gets a damage reduction as well, so he takes less damage all around. So her tier 2 isn't quite as strong as his. She does get a damage boost though, which is nice, which Luke Cage does not get. But yeah, that looks like everything for now, so let's actually go ahead and get this character to tier 2. So we're going to be using a ticket on her, because I never got around to getting extra 150 bios for her. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and use a ticket here. Alright, there we go. Tier 2 Jessica Jones. Very nice. So we have Power Woman. Alright, so now I am Private Eye, yes, indeed. So now I'm quite curious to see how the Reflect works with her. So we're going to try her out in, I think we're just going to take her into floor 1 of Shadowlands, because I believe all of the guys there do physical damage, so it'd be a nice little test. But now that she's tier 2, I'm thinking I might want to change out this obelisk here. So we're going to want to give her a little more survivability by giving her a recovery, because we want a little bit of recovery to synergize with the Stark's Backing Ice Weight set, so that we can proc the heal, because we actually do want her to get hit to try out that reflect damage, so it's kind of needed to have that recovery rate. So this one has recovery rate, dodge, and then it creates a energy shield, which is nice because she doesn't reflect energy damage. So if we happen to have a person that does physical and energy, that would be useful. I'm also kind of curious to see how she will work in Alliance Conquest. She might be pretty good there. I'm not sure, because Luke Cage does pretty well. We'll have to see, but for right now we're just going to test her against regular AI. We're not going to be bringing her into Alliance Conquest, mainly because it's not battle phase right now. And I think I already used her actually in an earlier fight. So actually I'm going to switch this obelisk after. I kind of want to see how she does without the recovery. If she does really well, then I don't know if I necessarily need to switch it. I could just keep the damage proc, but if she dies really fast, then I'm definitely going to want that recovery. So now let's go ahead and get into some testing. Alright, so here we are at floor 1 of Shadowland. So let's go in here. And so, yeah, it looks like all of these guys do physical damage except for Spider-Man's webbing, but that's the only thing that should be non-physical based damage. So we're going to try out Jessica Jones here and kind of just see how her physical reflect works. So, for leadership procs, then she won't be reflecting any damage, 100% chance to be immune to physical damage. So we might want to just give her a different leadership, or actually no leadership, so that we could take full advantage of that physical reflect. So let's just put in 1-star Black Dwarf here, so no leadership, and let's just kind of test out her tier 2 passive. Alright, so let's see how she does here. So it doesn't reflect too much damage. It doesn't look like it's all just 100s, 1000s, 300, 400. And she does die pretty fast, so it does look like we're going to want that recovery rate. So let's try this again, except with the recovery rate obelisk on her. Alright, so I think I'm just going with this one here. The recovery, dodge, and energy shield, I believe would be nice for her. This one could be nice as well, but I don't know if that physical shield will mess anything up. If when the physical shield's up, I don't know if it still reflects that damage that the shield is receiving or not. So we're just going to use this one right here, because I could always give that to someone else. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to go back into Shadowlands and see if that makes any kind of difference. Alright, so here we go. Let's try it again. And we're just going to see if the reflect is a little better here, or if she can survive a little longer. Yeah, so the reflect is still pretty low, but it's not much higher with even Luke Cage, just having that extra 30% with him. So I think she survived a lot better there, so definitely like the recovery rate obelisk a little bit more. So now let's go ahead and actually give this a real try. So we'll just bring her in only using her, and we'll use her leadership this time. And now we're going to see for the combination if she does better damage for one, if the reflect helps her out in surviving when I'm actually attacking back and that kind of stuff. So now let's do a real try here. Hey, don't web me. Alright, let's see if Spider-Man will kill himself. Oh, yep, there he goes. Alright, so not too bad. I remember when I used to use her by herself on this floor, she would get really close to timing out. And that was even when I did have that damage proc from the Obelisk on her, so definitely a noticeable damage increase. She does have a boost in survivability, of course, because I gave her that recovery rate on the Obelisk. So overall, definitely not a very strong tier 2, but of course I'm still happy that I tier 2'd her just because I personally like the character, but definitely not a character that I would recommend other people to tier 2 unless you also like the character and enjoy using her. So yeah, I like to tier 2 kind of random characters sometimes that I actually like instead of characters that I know are useful or that get, you know, a lot better with their tier 2, like for meta reasons, that kind of thing. I prefer more, now that I have a pretty well built roster of tier 2s that can get me through all of the game modes pretty comfortably, that now I can go ahead and just tier 2 characters that I actually like personally instead of characters that I need for certain utilities or for clearing certain parts of the game. So that was a look at Jessica Jones's tier 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Look at that, rank 1067. Not many people have invested in Jessica Jones, I can see, because I only have 134,000 combat rating, which is pretty low for a tier 2, so that's kind of surprising. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one. Alright, and we're out. So how was that, guys? That was a lot better, wasn't it? Yeah, yep. I know she's not that good. Yeah. Hey, well, at least I didn't upload another Jessica Jones build / review. That would have been kind of embarrassing. What? Yeah. Yeah, yep. You're right. Good thing you guys were here. Well, since you guys stuck around this long, let's see. How about you guys pick out my next tier 2 for me? So right now, I still have 3 tickets, and I just love the tier 2 characters. For some reason, like I said, when I get them to gear 20, yeah, it's hard for me to just leave them there. I just want to tier 2 them, even if they're not very good characters. I still just want to get them to tier 2 once their gears are maxed out. So anyway, I'm going to want a recommendation for a character that I should tier 2 with a ticket, and a character that I should tier 2 naturally. So your options are going to be Hulk would be ticket, Thor would be a natural tier 2, Spider-Man, right now I don't have enough bios for him, but he's farmable, so would also be a natural tier 2, Groot, natural tier 2, Iron Fist, natural tier 2, Angela, ticket, Hulkbuster, natural tier 2, Yondu, natural tier 2, She-Hulk, natural tier 2, Sif, I'm still farming her bios, so will be a natural tier 2 once I get more bios, Lash, natural tier 2, Werewolf, natural tier 2, Spider-Gwen would be ticket, Kamala Khan would be ticket, Thor, Jane Foster would be ticket, Wiccan, natural tier 2, Songbird, natural tier 2, Squirrel Girl, Baron Mordo, Ancient One, Hellstorm, all natural tier 2s, Clea would be a ticket, Kate Bishop, natural tier 2, Inferno would be ticket, Crystal, natural tier 2, and finally Mantis would also be ticket. So let me know who you guys want to see as my next tier 2. Like I said, one for a ticket and one as a natural tier 2. And yeah, let me know in the comments below. And if you actually made it this far, of course I will know actually if you post comments on who you want to see next tier 2. But anyway, thanks for sticking around and enjoying my rambling, or not enjoying my rambling, whichever. But now this is going to be the actual end of this part of the video, so you guys can go on and watch the next one.